There exists a cloth, a single piece of linen, stained with the image of a man brutally executed, and believed by millions to be Jesus of Nazareth. It's been worshipped, discredited, burned, resurrected, and now it may hold the key to everything we thought we knew or didn't about the moment of resurrection. This is the story of the Shroud of Turin, and the secrets it refused to stay buried with. The shroud is unlike any artifact in history. It's not a painting, it's not a photograph, it's something else. Even today, in the age of AI and particle accelerators, scientists can't explain how its image formed. A 14-foot-long piece of ancient linen, carrying a faint, ghostly image of a man, wounded, beaten, crucified, and not just crucified, but in the exact manner described in Roman execution accounts. Nail wounds, a spear in the side, bloodstains on the scalp, as if from a crown of thorns. So what is it, a relic of Christ, a medieval forgery, or something more? The Shroud of Turin is believed by many to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ. It resides in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, locked behind bulletproof glass, rarely seen by the public. The image on the cloth shows both the front and back of a crucified man, as if his body had been wrapped and pressed into the fabric. Yet the image isn't made of paint, it's not dyed, it's not burned in. There's no known method that could have created it, at least none from the time period, or even now. Modern imaging techniques have revealed that the image only affects the very surface of the cloth, the top two microfibers. No ink, no brush strokes, no bleeding into the weave. It's as if the image was flash imprinted, burned on with something unknown. Some scientists even propose it was a form of radiation, something like a photographic negative produced by a burst of energy. If that's true, it suggests an event, not a process. The Shroud's history is a tapestry of miracles, mystery, and smoke. It first appears in recorded history in the 1350s in Lille, France. From there, it travels to Chambéry, where it survives a fire in 1532. A fire hot enough to melt silver and scorch the reliquary. The linen caught fire in several spots, but the image survived. Later it was transferred to Turin, and in 1997 it narrowly survived yet another blaze. It's almost as if it refuses to burn. In 1988, the Vatican allowed radiocarbon dating on a corner of the shroud. The result? A medieval origin between 1260 and 1390. The media declared it a hoax, a fraud exposed. But there was a problem. The sample used may have come from a section that had been rewoven after fire damage, not part of the original cloth. In 2005, chemist Raymond Rogers re-examined fiber samples and found clear differences. Different chemical composition, different threads, different weave pattern. His conclusion, the 1988 test dated a repair, not the shroud. Forensic pathologists have studied the blood patterns, the wounds, the swelling. Everything matches Roman crucifixion, including the lack of broken legs, just as described in the Gospels. The blood is type AB, a rare type, often found in Jewish populations. Even more chilling, the bloodstains are human, and they show signs of real trauma, not staged application. The past decade has brought a wave of discoveries that challenge the skeptic narrative. In 2011, scientists from ENIA, the Italian National Agency for New Technologies, tried to replicate the shroud's image using ultraviolet lasers. Their conclusion? Only a radiation burst of short duration, like the release of energy from a single event, could have created it. In 2020, AI-assisted three-dimensional imaging extracted stunning dimensional data from the image, something impossible with any known medieval technique. And in 2024, new pollen and dust analyses linked the cloth to multiple regions in the ancient Near East, including Jerusalem. Some physicists now speculate the image was formed during a high-energy event, perhaps even the moment of resurrection itself. Could it have been a radiation release, a quantum phenomenon, something that burned the image into the cloth in a fraction of a second? If true, it would mean this isn't just a burial cloth, it's a witness. In 1898, amateur photographer Secondo Pia took the first official photo of the shroud. What he saw in the negative shocked the world. The ghostly blur became a strikingly clear image of a man. That's when people realized the shroud image was itself a negative. Not only is that impossible for a medieval forger, it implies something else. That what we're looking at is the photograph of a moment. When NASA scientists ran the shroud image through a VP8 image analyzer in the 1970s, they found something staggering. The image had accurate three-dimensional depth information, something no painting or photograph contains. The man in the cloth has facial structure, contours, topographical depth. Even the nose bridge and cheek indentations register. This isn't just an image, it's data. The burial method revealed by the shroud isn't random, it matches first-century Jewish customs. The cloth's weave, a rare 3-to-1 herringbone pattern, has been found in ancient Jewish burials. The man's body shows no signs of being washed, in accordance with emergency burial rites for those who died violently. Coins placed over the eyes, a Roman Jewish tradition of the time, and traces of aloe and myrrh, burial spices mentioned in the Gospel of John, were found embedded in the fibers. If it's a fake that knew everything, centuries before we rediscovered the details. In the 1970s, Swiss criminologist Max Frey found pollen grains on the shroud, but not just any pollen. They matched plants native to Jerusalem, Edessa, modern-day Turkey, Constantinople, and finally, France and Italy. The shroud had physically traveled the exact path recorded in its alleged history. Even microscopic soil traces found on the cloth matched those from the limestone tombs around Jerusalem. A forgery doesn't carry geographic fingerprints, but this cloth does. Throughout history, images of Christ, from early Byzantine icons to modern depictions, often show startling consistency: shoulder-length hair, a split beard, large eyes, long nose, thin lips. These weren't based on imagination. Many believe they were based on the shroud. In fact, the first known depictions of Christ that match the shroud appear in art after it was rumored to be seen in Edessa in the 6th century. Some call it the image not made by hands. Could the shroud be the source of every face we've ever seen of Jesus? The Vatican walks a careful line. It never officially declares the shroud to be authentic, but it refers to it as a mirror of the gospel and allows veneration. Pope John Paul II called it a provocation to the intelligence, something that challenges both science and faith, and yet, there are rumors of secret Vatican tests never released, analyses locked away, findings hidden in archives only a few have ever seen. What do they know that we're not supposed to? Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. But the deeper you go, the more the evidence piles up, and the harder it becomes to dismiss. A cloth that defied the fire, an image that no hand could create, a relic with the blood, the wounds, the story of a crucified man from the ancient world, and perhaps, just perhaps, a photograph of the resurrection itself. The Shroud of Turin may not answer every question, but it dares to ask the biggest one of all. What if it's true?